Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Jellyfish, and we're very fortunate enough to have Leonard Cohen with us. You've just played 2 nights at the Albert Hall.
That's right.
Was that good?
Well, very, very, yeah, it was good.
You're an unusual thing in music in that you are a genuine poet and songwriter. What was the first thing that influenced you? Was it literature or was it music?
Country music. I used to listen to this radio station, Wheeling, West Virginia. You know, under the covers when your parents couldn't hear you, we could get those stations late at night, those country stations.
What sort of artists would you listen to?
Oh, Merle Haggard, Hank Snow, Roy Acuff, all the old country stars.
And then what got you into the poetry?
Well, I don't know. I thought that was the way to kind of win women's hearts.
Did it work?
Yes, it did.
I must try that.
You must, yes.
Now you've written 2 very successful novels, and I think 8 volumes of poetry.
Something like that, yeah.
But you haven't written any books for a long time.
Well, I just have a book coming out called Stranger Music, which is an anthology of a whole lot of stuff, you know, going from the age of 15 to 58, kind of compilation.
Do you veer into the Roy Acuff and Hank Snow and those people?
Well, I strive to achieve their simplicity and sincerity of thought.
What is the job of a poet? Is it that the...
Search me.
It's good to know. Now, I think we've got a clip of you in 1967 that neither of us have seen yet, with Julie Felix in 1967. Perhaps we could have
No kidding.
There you are.
I loved you in the morning, our kisses deep and warm, your hair upon the pillow like a sleepy golden storm. Yes, many loved before us. I know that we are not new. In city and in forest they smile like me and you. But let's not talk of love or change, things we can't untie. Your eyes are soft with sorrow. Hey, that's no way to say goodbye. Goodbye.
That was a fantastic song. Have you seen that recently?
No, I haven't. I never saw it. You know, I remember the evening. It was the first television show that I ever did in England, and one of the first that I ever did anywhere. And Julie Felix invited me over to do it. So I've never seen that clip.
That must be interesting. You were saying your chops. What did you mean?
I have like 1 or 2 things I can. You know, there's an expression of chops.
Yeah.
The musicians have to designate their excellence, their skill. And you say like a musician has great chops. Well, I have 1 chop. So, you know, I'm demonstrating my chop there.
Beautifully demonstrated there. Beautifully demonstrated.
That's the only one I got.
Now, you've lived, but you only need 1 beautiful chop, surely,
Yeah,
and then lots
yeah.
of poetry.
That's
and,
right, that's
yeah,
right. It served me well.
Yeah. You've lived all over the world as well, I believe. You even lived in London. I think at the Albert Hall you were talking about when you lived in London.
Well, I lived in London, and my delightful landlady was at the concert last night. Her name is Stella Pullman, and she gave me a couch in her sitting room when I first got to London in '59. And she said, you know, what are you supposed to be here for? I said, a writer. She said, if you write your 3 pages a day, you can stay. So she supervised tyrannically the production of those 3 pages, and it's not very interesting, but...
Well, was it? No, it was to me. Is it good? Was it good what you wrote? Were you pleased with what you wrote?
It's not what I wrote. It was that Stella Pullman had this wonderful and nourishing influence and trained me to be a disciplined worker.
Well, what did she do?
She said she was going to throw me out in the street if I didn't do those 3 pages every
Oh, well, that's
day.
good. There you are, you see. What's the place you like living in most of all? You lived in Greece as well, I believe.
I lived in Greece for many years, in Montreal.
Yeah.
I love Montreal, and I love Los Angeles.
Is America a good place for poets? Is it welcome poets?
Los Angeles is a terrific place to live, you know, because, well, it's right on the edge of destruction. You know, the ground itself is trembling.
Yeah.
You know, the landscape is about to blow apart. You know, the social fabric is about to tear, and many novelists have documented the fragmentation of the psyche.
Yeah.
So it's a place right at the edge of things where everything is about to fall apart, and it's a very nourishing place for that reason.
But now if you were an estate agent and you said all those things, they think, well, that's not a good place to live. But you like that about a place.
I like that about that place, yeah.
Are you an optimistic person, do you think, underneath things?
Well, you know, I think those descriptions are kind of obsolete these days, you know. Everybody's kind of hanging on to their broken orange crate in the flood. And when you pass someone else, you know, declare yourself an optimist or a pessimist or pro-abortion or against abortion or a conservative or a liberal, you know, these descriptions are obsolete in the face of the catastrophe that everybody is really dealing with.
I think all we can say is that you're going to do about 60 shows now, something, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Enormous world tour. We just all wish you much luck on your world tour, and we hope that Los Angeles stays safe for you, for your return.
Thank you so much.
Leonard Cohen,
Thanks
ladies
for inviting me.